Hello everyone and welcome to...
Questions for Libby.
Well, we haven't done this show in a long time, but to my right is...
Libby.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here with you, Libby, and we're in our backyard and it's a nice, windy, breezy afternoon, and we have several things to talk about. How are you feeling this afternoon?
Very good, actually.
Well, I'm happy to hear that. I'm feeling pretty good myself. And, well, if you want, Libby, we could talk about the first of the three topics we're going to be talking about today. And I think the first topic has to do with an activity list that you have.
I have an activity list, and it's very fun.
So what kind of things do you have on that activity list?
I have pranks and games and really lots of fun stuff, actually.
So when you say pranks, what kind of pranks are those?
Like, there's this one prank that's really funny when you draw fake food and prank someone with it. It's really fun.
So is it like it looks like it's real food, but it's actually fake food, and you give the food to them to eat?
Yes.
So have you done that?
Yes, I've done that.
With whom? Have they fallen for it?
My dad on the left.
Yeah, I'm sitting here to your left, and so you did it with me. What kind of food was that?
It was Parmesan cheese.
Oh, I like Parmesan cheese, right?
I know that. So I thought maybe I could do that.
And did it work out?
Yeah, it worked out.
What was the reaction that I had? I can't remember very well now.
He put it in his mouth and then he was like, "Blech, this isn't Parmesan cheese." so he asked me what it was, and I said it's fake Parmesan cheese or something like that.
It was paper or something like that, right?
It was paper.
Oh, okay. Well, what other activities do you have besides the pranks?
Well, I have charades.
Oh, charades. You like playing charades?
Yes.
Good.
I have writing a story and cooking and watching a movie and all that fun stuff.
So what kinds of things have you cooked lately with Mama and Daddy?
Well, I gotta say, I can't exactly remember, but I cooked some cookies.
Oh, yeah.
That looked like saltines. They were real cookies. So we gave one to Daddy, and he said, "These aren't saltines."
But they were pretty good, I remember.
Yeah.
And you made some sauces as well, right?
Yeah, I made some sauces.
With what? What do you put in the sauces?
Well, usually I put chocolate.
Oh.
But maybe this sauce I'm going to make isn't going to really have that.
And you have also been writing quite a few stories, right? Tell us a little bit about that.
So, my last one I wrote was called The Brave Asparagus. It's about this vegetable family that's in a package, and their home starts moving, and it goes out of the pantry and on the cutting board. So the asparagus decides to fight the humans.
Oh, well, that sounds like an interesting story with a family of vegetables and then asparagus, right?
Yeah.
And you had others as well. Do you remember any others that you've been writing?
I wrote The Jar of Jelly, The Bagel.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one. And where do you...
And the poisonous mango and stuff like that.
Where do you write them?
I write them on a black iPad.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's Mama's old iPad, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, those activities are interesting and they're good, and especially now that there's no school and the summer is about to start, right?
Yeah.
It's good to have all those activities to do. Now,
yeah.
There's another thing you wanted to talk about today, and it's a TV show, right?
Yeah, this is my favorite TV show in the whole wide world.
What is it called?
It's called Miraculous.
Oh, okay. Well, tell us a little bit about Miraculous. Who are the characters? What do they do? And that kind of thing. Because there's a lot of people out there that may not know Ladybug.
Yeah, we like to call it Ladybug, but it's called Miraculous.
Okay.
So there's this girl, Marinette, and she is a superhero.
Okay.
And then there's this boy, Adrian, and he's also a superhero.
So Marinette is Ladybug, right? When she's a superhero. And
Yes.
what about him? What about Adrian?
He's Cat Noir.
Okay. All right. Cat Noir. And where do they live? Do they live in the United States?
No, they live in France.
In France, in Paris, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, tell us more about it. Why do you like Ladybug and Cat Noir? Miraculous.
Well, there are superheroes, and I'm not really sure, but I really like it a lot.
Is it exciting? What happens
Yes,
in there?
it's exciting. It's always very exciting.
So what is your favorite character in there?
My favorite character, that's pretty hard to decide.
Okay. But there are some bad characters too, right?
Yeah, there's this hawk moth guy, and he's mean.
He's mean. Okay. And what does he do?
He creates super villains.
Okay. And how does he create the supervillains? Do you know?
So he has butterflies or
Uh-huh.
moths. So he with some kind of power in his Miraculous, he makes them look black, and then they can
Oh.
evilize someone.
Evil eyes. And what do they call those little
They're called
butterflies?
akumas.
Akumas. Okay. All right. Good. I understand. Now, there's you were telling me before we began recording that there was a specific episode that you really liked.
Yeah, it's called Cat White.
Cat
and,
White.
And it's
So it's not Cat Noir. It's Cat White.
Yes,
Okay.
it's Cat White because Cat Noir gets akumatized.
Oh, I see. And so what happens? Why do you like it so much, that one?
Well, I'm not very sure, but I really like it a lot. And
Do you remember what happens in it? You say Cat Noir gets akumatized, right?
yeah, he does.
So who saves the day?
Ladybug.
Oh, okay. So what about Ladybug? Does Ladybug like Cat Noir, or maybe Cat Noir likes Ladybug? Is there any love story with them, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is it? Can you tell us who likes whom?
So Cat Noir likes Ladybug,
Oh, okay.
but Ladybug likes Adrian.
But Adrian is Cat Noir.
Yeah, but she doesn't know that.
Oh, so we know that, but she doesn't know that, right?
Well, she's not supposed to know that.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, that's wonderful, Libby. What else can you tell us about Ladybug? Is that all, or is there anything else?
Well,
Or Miraculous, I guess.
there are many characters. Sometimes she has to give people other Miraculouses to help her and Cat Noir.
So what are the
villains.
what are the Miraculouses?
So there's a fox Miraculous, a snake Miraculous, a turtle Miraculous, a bee Miraculous.
But what exactly is a Miraculous? Is it like a thing, or?
Well, it's a magic jewel.
Oh, and the magic jewel, what does it do? It gives you powers? Or?
Yes, and it has something inside called a kwami,
A kwami.
and they help you transform.
Okay, and do they transform forever or just for a little time?
Well, they don't keep you transformed forever because they have to be charged by food.
Oh, so the Kwamis are charged by food?
Wow.
What kind of food?
So, Cat Noir eats camembert, which is some kind of stinky cheese. But Ladybugs eats macaroons.
Macaroons. Oh, and that's actually very convenient, right? Because what is the profession of Marinette's father and mother? What do they do to make a living?
They run a bakery.
They run a bakery, so that's so that's wonderful, right?
Yeah.
It works out really well.
Yeah.
So do you recommend that everyone out there should watch Miraculous?
Not everyone.
Not everyone. So who do you think will like Ladybug? And just the Miraculous show.
Well, probably many kids.
Many kids? Okay. And where can they watch it?
They can watch it on YouTube or on Disney Channel and Netflix.
Oh, okay. So there are many options, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that sounds really interesting. And I remember we used to watch Ladybug several years ago while we were vacationing in Spain, in Vigo. So, back then when we were watching it in Spain in Spanish, I didn't know that it was going to become so popular also here at home in the United States. But it did.
No,
It did, right?
It did.
Well, I'm happy about that. Now, there's a final topic that you wanted to talk about, right, Libby? And what is that?
It's the dark.
The dark. So, what do you want to say about the dark? Why do you want to talk about the dark?
Well, many kids out there might be afraid of the dark, just like me a little bit. So I just thought maybe I should talk about the dark.
So, you are a little bit afraid of the dark?
Yeah.
And why is that? Why are you afraid of the dark?
Well, you see, you know what's there, but when it's dark, you're not exactly sure.
Mm-hmm.
So there's something that helps me when I'm scared of the dark at night. I turn on my bedside lamp and I see what's there, and then I turn it off and I remember what's there, so I know that there's nothing to be afraid about from the shadows and everything.
Oh, and that works for you, right?
Yeah, it does.
Well, that's a good thing because, it's important to remember that there's nothing really bad that's happening in your room in the dark. It's just nothing really is happening. It's just the shadows, right? And things that you can see, maybe a little light here or there.
Yeah.
So what do you recommend that anyone who is out there and who may be afraid of the dark, what do you think they should do?
Well, you should try my trick about that bedside lamp. But if you don't do that, you can get a book about the dark.
There is a book about the dark?
Yes, there is. I actually have a book called The Dark.
Oh, okay. Do you remember who wrote that?
Not exactly.
Oh, okay. I think it might be Lemony Snicket. I'm not sure, but
yeah, I think that's what it is.
But so, what is that book about? What does it say? Do you remember more or
Well,
less?
it's about the dark.
Mm-hmm.
And if you read it, it actually helps you a bunch.
Yeah. Why? Why does it help you?
Well, you see, it shows you why not to be afraid of the dark.
Okay, well that's good. That's good. And so you've read that book many times, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I think the bottom line, the important thing here to remember is that people should not be afraid of the dark because there's nothing weird happening in your room in the dark at night, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can see that one of your teeth is moving a little bit, right? Like it's gonna fall out. Yeah, it looks like it, huh? So, what are you going to do once it comes out?
Well, I'm gonna go to my bathroom because it's gonna be bleeding, and I'm just gonna swish a lot of water in my mouth, then spit it out, and I'm gonna put it. And after it's washed, I'm gonna put it in this little tooth pillow, and then I'm gonna put it under my pillow for the tooth fairy.
Oh, and so this has happened before because this is not the first time that you've lost a tooth, right? And what happens when you do that?
Well, the first time I lost the tooth, it was just bleeding, and it didn't really hurt, but it was just bleeding. But the last time it accidentally fell out when I was eating a cookie, and I was just like, ouch,
And so the tooth fairy brought you something?
Yeah, she always brings me $1.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. What do you think the tooth fairy does with all those teeth that she collects from kids like you? Mm-hmm. Okay. But I'm sure she does something because she's leaving you some money for it, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Libby. Well, I think this probably brings us to the end of this new episode of
Questions for Libby.
That's for sure. And you can hear Itzy is making some noise there. She's barking because I think Mama is just about to walk out here to the into the backyard. So I think it's probably time to say goodbye, right, Libby?
Itzy is our dog. Yeah, I think so.
So what would you like to say to everyone out there who may be listening to Questions for Libby on YouTube?
Well, first of all, I think I might say that I hope you have a good day, and you're happy, and you're safe.
Okay, and are we? When are we going to be back here on Questions for Libby?
I'm not exactly sure, but probably next week or so.
Okay, all right, Libby. Well, everybody out there, stay safe, and we'll see you again before too long. Bye bye.